right. Hello. Welcome. This is George Walker, and you're listening to the BFTAA and More Show, coming to you from KUAW radio station in Kansas City, Missouri. KUAW stands for Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom. You can pick us up on KUAW.org. That's our webpage. You can also listen to us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and Twitch. You can pick us up on the audio side. We're on Get Me Radio. If you have a Google or a smart speaker, tell your Google or Amazon speaker to play KUAW. We'll come up on that. We're also on the TuneIn app, the online radio box, and My Tuner. So all of those sites you can pick us up on Roku. So all you have to do is go to Google and search KUAW Radio, and we're going to show up in a lot of different places. So you can get us live while we're doing live, but we broadcast 24 hours a day. We have talk shows. We've got old school music. We've got the blues. We've got smooth jazz. A lot of different things that you can listen to at KUAW Radio. So check us out. And we've got a lot of new things coming up. We'll talk about that as we go through the day. Now, for those of you that watch us regularly, you know we are always about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And if you've been to our website or the Black Family Technology Awareness website, you've seen some kids that we have working now on our new drone program. I may see about bringing that up before we go off the air so you can see the clip that we put on there of them, their first actual control of the drone to make it lift up and land, to learn just the basic fundamentals. So we've got some students, 8 years old to 12-year-old, that are working on that. And that's great. But there's a lot of things that we're doing at the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, and drones is just one of them. This is a partnership between BFTAA and the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, located in Kansas City, that's been teaching and working with our young people for going on 50 years. It's like 49 years now. They're starting to plan for the 50-year anniversary of the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center. And we're also planning for the Black Family Technology Awareness Association's 20th anniversary. So we actually provide the technology programming that the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center uses, or we help them with their students, and we provide some technology training for them. We also do training for adults. We've had a senior basic computer class. So if you know someone that is feeling like that the computer age has passed them by, grandmothers, uncles, aunties that sometimes think, I wish I'd have learned something about those computers. I don't know how to go online, send email or text people or all of that type of stuff. We're doing some basic classes on that. We're going to do another one in the spring quarter that's coming up. But we're trying to get young people and old people in using this technology. You know, the broadband, the internet's been around for a while now, but in our communities, we're still lagging a little bit behind. Yes, a lot of us have cell phones and we can do a lot of things on those, but it's also good to know how to use a computer, how to use a tablet, how to use a laptop. Those are all one and the same type of item, but you can do so much more sometimes with a bigger screen. But your phone is good, but it's not great as it start talking about computing. So we want to help people get into that, to help end that digital divide that still exists. And a lot of it is because of access and awareness. So we know that sometimes the cost of getting that is a problem. And we're trying to help people with that also. So you can contact the Black Family Technology Awareness Association at BFTAA.org. And we can maybe steer you to some resources to help you find low-cost computers, low-cost internet. If you've got your phone companies or cable companies in your city or locale where you are, contact them. A lot of them have special programs to help pay for internet. And right now, the government is still paying for internet access. That program's probably not going to last a lot longer, but from the pandemic and the infrastructure bill that was passed, you can get help in paying for internet access to your home. So you need to look into that before a lot of those doors close, a lot of that money runs out. But there's also programs that have been run by communication companies and cable companies that go on, they were going on before the pandemic to help get low-cost internet to you, and they'll probably still be going on after the pandemic. So if you dig for it, you can find it, or if you contact us, we can maybe help steer you toward it. BFTAA.org, and on that page and on the KUAW.org page, you'll see other links on how to get in touch with us. We got our email, our phone number, all kind of ways that you can get in touch with us, from Facebook, from texting, from email, all of that. So we want you to reach out and contact the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. We'll be glad to help you in any way we can. And if you want to call in while this show is going on, give us a call, 816-599-6893. That's 816-599-6893. And if you want to call in after the show or at any time, you can always call and leave a message there, 816-599-6893. We'll be glad to talk with you and see if it's any way that we can help out. But we're here. One of the things that we always do is we bring you a little bit of what's going on this week at NASA. But we don't have an episode of This Week from NASA this week. And that happens sometimes. Somebody may have had a day off or called in sick, who knows. But we do have some information from NASA. NASA is the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and they're the ones that have done a lot of the research and the breakthroughs that has helped the United States and the rest of the world explore the moon and even deep space. There's a big research and development capability. They work with flight, not just in outer space, but to help airplanes around the United States or around the world be more efficient, to save fuel, to lower the sound of sonic booms. They're working on ways that planes can fly faster but not distract or disturb people on the surface with a lot of sonic booms and stuff. That was a problem when we had the Concorde, for a lot of you that are old enough to remember it, but it was a supersonic jet that could fly faster than the speed of sound. But the problem with that is you get sonic booms, so it could only fly over the ocean. So it would fly supersonic from France. Once it got over the ocean, they could go at that supersonic speed. But once they got over land, they had to slow it down. Well, NASA's working on a way that they'll be able to fly over land and not make those loud sonic booms, which would speed up transportation. You could maybe get from New York to L.A. in 30, 45 minutes, something like that. That would just, make travel faster, more efficient. We always want to go faster and higher and better. But we want to show you a little bit of what's going on at NASA and want to let you see some of the African Americans that are even working there. So I've got a short this week that comes from that, and I want to play that right now. And we've got a couple other things because we still have Space to Ground. And since this is the first week in the month of March, we're going to show you what's up in the night sky that you can be able to go outside and look at for March. So let's watch NASA right now and see some of the things that they have and some of the people that are doing great things there. Here we go. Okay, we're going to start this one over so you can get it from the beginning.
We all want to go back to the moon. Getting us back to the moon in this generation sparks a whole new generation of explorers. Hi, my name is Dr. K. Renee Horton, and I am boots on the ground for SLS. We actually weld our liquid hydrogen tanks and our liquid oxygen tanks on this. It is the largest weld tool in the world. It's the only one of its kind. It stands 170 feet tall and it has a diameter of about 27.6 feet. So as a quality engineer, we make sure that they're actually meeting the requirements they're supposed to meet. They do a phased array ultrasound, which goes in and checks to make sure we don't have any defects in the weld. To get up and to pull up the news article and they're talking about what you do at work is amazing for me. I really love detective novels, and so I'm an avid reader, and I actually write children's books in my spare time. My children's books are about Dr. H exploring the universe. Each day I walk into the factory, I know that I'm putting my footprints in history, and that's a pretty big deal for me.
All right. So that's
all 50 U.S. states play a role in returning humans to the moon.
Know.
Here
so
are
that's good to see that there are people of color that are working in this same field. So let's check out now Space to Ground.
Welcome to Space to Ground. I'm Kayla LaFrance. This week, the International Space Station's population grew by 4 with the launch of Crew 6.
3, 2, 1. Engines full power, and liftoff of Crew 6. Go Dragon, go Falcon.
On Thursday, Crew 6 blasted off from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, inside the Crew Dragon Endeavour spacecraft. NASA astronauts Steve Bowen and Woody Hoburg, as well as United Arab Emirates astronaut Sultan Al-Nayati and Roscosmos cosmonaut Andrei Fadayev, completed a transit of just over 24 hours to the orbital outpost, docking on Friday to the Zenith port of the Harmony module. Following docking, the crew floated aboard the space station, beginning their long-duration science and research mission. With the launch of Crew 6 complete, Crew 5 will soon be headed back to planet Earth.
We have beautiful views of Earth from the cupola, but really all you have is that visual. I know for me personally, I'm really excited to feel the wind on my face, to smell the grass in the air, and to taste all the delicious food back on Earth.
On Wednesday, Crew 5, which includes NASA astronauts Nicole Mann and Josh Cassada, as well as JAXA astronaut Koichi Wakata and Roscosmos cosmonaut Anna Kakina, answered media questions from space about their mission and upcoming undocking and splashdown. The SpaceX Dragon Endurance spacecraft will undock from the space station early this month, splashing down off the coast of Florida to conclude their mission. Earlier this week, NASA astronaut Frank Rubio worked to install an experiment to measure the air quality inside the space station. The Analyzing Interferometer for Ambient Air 2, or ANITA-2, is a compact gas analyzer that can automatically analyze and quantify 33 trace contaminants in the atmosphere. ANITA-2 can also detect the presence of unknown substances that can be evaluated later on the ground. The device gathers a sample of the air every 7 minutes. ANITA-2 serves as a technology demonstration in support of the preparation for human exploration missions beyond low Earth orbit. That's Space to Ground for this week. Thanks for watching. You can stay up to date on all the happenings on station by following us on Twitter at @space_station. We'll see you next week.
All right, yes, and we have one more NASA short that we want to show you before we go into some more stuff that's going on. So here we go with now, so you can go out tonight and throughout this month and check out some of these things that he's telling you about. And here we go with What's Up, NASA.
the planet named for a mythical goddess of agriculture, grains, and fertile lands, in addition to being the origin of the word cereal. That's dwarf planet Ceres. This month it's at opposition, meaning it's directly on the opposite side of Earth from the Sun. This is when a planet is around its shortest distance from Earth, making this the best time to have a go at observing it when it's at its brightest. Ceres is the largest object in the main asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Still, it's only about 600 miles wide, far smaller than our own moon. Its dusty surface is peppered with impact craters, with bright salt deposits here and there that hint at the possibility of slushy, briny ice beneath its surface. In fact, NASA's Dawn spacecraft found that Ceres could be up to 1/4 water ice on the inside. Now, Ceres is too faint to see with the unaided eye, so to locate it in the March sky, you'll need binoculars or a small telescope. Find the Lion constellation, Leo, in the southeast after around 9 p.m. The bright bluish-white star Regulus, the Lion's heart, should catch your eye first. Then look eastward about 25 degrees to find Denebula, which represents the Lion's tail. From there, Ceres should be about 8 or 9 degrees farther east from Denebula. It appears as a faint, star-like point of light, which is why, when Ceres and objects like it were first discovered in the early 19th century, they were called asteroids, which means star-like. Since 2006, Ceres has been classified as a dwarf planet, along with other diminutive worlds in our solar system including Pluto, Eris, Haumea, and Makemake. Wherever you land on the topic of planet versus dwarf planet status for worlds like Ceres and Pluto, what's really important to remember is that the way we think about different families of objects in our solar system has evolved over time and likely will continue to evolve as we explore and learn more about them. So here's hoping you try your hand at spotting Ceres as you explore the skies above your home planet this month. Here are the phases of the moon for March. Stay up to date with all of NASA's missions to explore the solar system and beyond at nasa.gov. I'm Preston Dykes from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and that's what's up for this month.
All right. So those are some of the things that are happening. See if I can get back in the picture with you guys. All right, those are some of the things that's happening and what's up at NASA. But it'd be good to go out and see Venus and Saturn, Jupiter, all of those planets. And those are things that you can see a lot with the naked eye. You don't even have to have a fancy telescope or anything like that to check it out. So if you get a chance, be sure and try and check out what's going on up in the sky. It's always a good pastime, a good hobby. And take your child or children out with you so that they can see the same thing, and start getting involved and excited about what's up there in space, what's up there beyond the Earth, beyond our atmosphere. It's not a bad hobby to have, and it's not bad to stir up young people's curiosities about things like that. All right. So we're going to come back down to Earth. We'll leave NASA right now. We'll pick them up again next week. And we're on every week here from 5 to 5:45. Sometimes we run a little longer, or we may cut it a little bit shorter. But roughly about 45 minutes, bringing you things that are going on with technology and information. As I was telling you before, we do have a youth technology program here. And we work with kids right now. We started a brand new program that we've never done before, and it is a drone program. We have the Leahawk Drone Academy, where kids from 8 to 12 right now are learning how to fly drones. So we think that's very exciting and interesting. So hopefully you will check that out also. All right, so now we're going to move on to a couple of other things that are always pressing. You know, we like technology, and sometimes we're a little afraid of it, and anymore, Big Brother is watching us so much, and some people get real, and you should be concerned about it, not to be overly paranoid, but we do need to know what's going on. And one of the things that is happening right now is they're collecting data. They collect data from you, and they use it. A lady at our meeting just this weekend was saying, well, Facebook or Twitter wants to start charging us now but they were already making money off of our data beforehand. So we figured, yeah, we gave up some information about us so that we had free Facebook and Twitter and stuff, but now you want to charge us for that and still be able to collect our data. It's like they're not offering us anything more, but they want to get a little more from us. So one of the things I was reading, and this is from the Markup, and the Markup is a online paper that gives you a lot of articles and information about technology and things going on. I got it through Mozilla. But it's good to stay aware of this. And this was dated back in February the 16th. But it says, forget about milk and eggs. Supermarkets are having a fire sale on our data. So supermarkets are selling our data, which has become the new big thing. I have a T-shirt that says, data is the new bacon. And that's something that we have to be aware of. So I have friends and other people that don't use the internet or don't want to be on Facebook. They don't want to give away all their information. They don't want them to know everything about you and things like that. But you have to know that there are other ways that they're getting things about you, and some of it you may not even realize. So this is investigation by Joe Keegan, and it was in the Markup, says, when you use supermarket discount cards, you're sharing much more than what is in your cart. The grocery chains like Kroger are reaping huge profits selling this data to brands and advertisers. So when you hit the checkout line at your local supermarket and you give the cashier your phone number or loyalty card, you are handing over a valuable treasure trove of data that may not be limited to the items in your shopping cart. Many grocers systematically infer information about you from your purchases and enrich the personal information you provide with additional data from third-party brokers, potentially including your race, ethnicity, your age, finances, employment, and online activities. Some of them even track your precise movements in the stores. Then they analyze all this data about you, and they sell it to consumer brands eager to use it to precisely target you with advertising and otherwise improve their sales efforts. So you get surprised, or some people always talk about, well, I was just looking for something on the internet and I was looking up socks or something. Now all these advertisements about socks come up on the side. How do they get that? Well, it's not just the internet that's getting at those algorithms, but it happens at the stores. One of the things is leveraging your customer data this way has become a crucial growth area for top supermarket chains like Target and other retailers over the past few years, offering, not Target, but Kroger, offering much higher margins than milk and eggs. And Kroger may be about to get millions of households bigger. So these things are happening all the time, and then you say, well, what kind of information do they get? And that's the thing. Now, this is Kroger, so it may or may not be happening the same way at a lot of other stores, and it may be happening to a larger degree. But your information can be collected both online and in person at their stores. So when you enter a store, if you have a Kroger app on your phone, Bluetooth beacons may ping that app to record your presence and may send you personalized offers right there. Your location within the store can be tracked as well. Kroger says your consent is required and the location tracking stops when you leave. Kroger also says that in select stores, store cameras are collecting facial recognition data. Yeah, this is indicated with signs noting the use of the technology. So that happens. So they have cameras in the store. If you've got the app on your phone, it's letting them know, hey, it's you, you're here. Then when you walk by that camera, take a picture, all of a sudden they can put that picture and you together. Yeah. So at the register, if you use your loyalty membership card, such as a Kroger Plus or Boost, detailed information about your purchases gets added to your shopping history, tied to a unique household identifier. If you're shopping online, at Kroger.com. Third-party trackers send your product page views, what you looked at, so when I looked at, your search terms, what you were typing in that you were searching, and the items that you have added to your shopping cart to Meta, Google, Bing, Pinterest, and Snapchat. So that's how they get some of this stuff. You know, a lot of it comes from other trackers that are working either through the app you have or through you going shopping. That information is being passed on. According to the Kroger privacy policy, the company will only collect information when needed for a particular purpose. Now, here is some of the information that the company says it may collect depending upon the specific customer. So check this out, you guys. Personal information, information you provide when you sign up for a loyalty program, your name, email, address, mailing address, phone number, membership ID, and your unique household identifier. Purchase history, historical in-store and online shopping purchases with no time limits on how long the information is kept while you are a member. So those are things you figure that they know. You wrote down and gave them your name, your address, your email, all of that when you applied for the card, and you knew they were going to be picking up when you're shopping. If you didn't know, you should know that, yeah, when you flash the card to get that discount on the things, well, it's recording your shopping history. It's letting them know everything that you bought at the store, which is not maybe a big deal, or you don't care about that. Also, your location, your precise location in the store with your consent, including when you enter and leave a store. So, you know, you wonder how they track people. If you've got those apps on your phone and the location thing's turned on, which you may have it a lot of time, the Kroger app, GPS, and Bluetooth beacons inside the store are picking you up. So your precise physical location within the store, including when you enter and when you leave a store, are there. Financial and payment information, your credit, debit, and other payment card numbers and bank accounts, they collect it. Health-related information, where permitted by applicable law to serve you better, we may make certain inferences about you based upon your shopping history that are health-related. So they're looking at, you know, are you picking up aspirin today, cough syrup? Are you picking up diarrhea medicine, anything like that? Well, they know. They're tracking that. If you go to their prescription counter, they may know that, but that may be under HIPAA. I don't know if they can get that data, but they can definitely get what you buy over the counter. Mobile device data. So mobile advertising ID, your IP address, your browsing data, use of tracking pixels and cookies. Your demographic data they can collect. Your age, marital or family status, including whether your family includes children, languages spoken, education information, gender, ethnicity, and race, employment information, or other demographic information. Biometric data, that's the facial recognition, in select location with signs providing notice. That's what Kroger says they do. Behavioral inferences. We create inferred and derived data elements by analyzing your shopping history in combination with other information we have collected about you to personalize product offerings, your shopping experiences, marketing messages, and promotional offers. So that's stuff that's all in that when you sign and say, okay, I want it, and you know, most of us don't read when we sign that. But that's what's in there. They're telling you they're collecting this data. Now, they may sell it without your name attached to it, but they may not. But they've got it whether they sell that or not. The company says in its privacy policy that the data collection is used to fulfill shopper requests, to personalize product offerings, improve services, and support our business operations and functions. Kroger notes in disclosures to the Securities and Exchange Commission that third-party entities do not have access to identifiable customer data. So they don't send anything with your name on it and stuff like that. But, you know, these third parties can check and do other stuff to work it back to you. So that's how a lot of things, when people are wondering how are they tracking people, or how are they finding people and things like that, well, a lot of that is in there. A lot of that's in there, and you're wondering why you get these ads, or when you open up your phone, it shows you this, it shows you that. Well, that's stuff that you've agreed to have them do. You said it was okay when you applied for the app, when you said yes to downloading this app on your phone or your computer and things like that. That's the information. So we need to know what's going on with our data. You know, it's not to say that it's wrong, it's bad, but you surely should know that this is happening, that a lot of this is happening, and, you know, there are privacy concerns and things like that. Loyalty programs are extremely popular with shoppers, and the company says that 96% of all purchases at its stores are tied to a loyalty card. That means, you know, you show this card, you're going to get a discount. And who, you know, I've got one of them or two or three, and that's how, you know, they know everything that I'm doing from place to place and when I'm hitting them. For shoppers, the loyalty program appears to offer a simple, worthwhile bargain in exchange for your shopping data. The store will give you significant benefits in the form of discounted prices, coupons, fuel discounts, and a personalized shopping experience. What isn't necessarily disclosed, says Stephanie Liu, an analyst at Forrester who researches consumer privacy, is that it is not just tracking what you buy. It's building audiences and segments off of that. Or in other words, it's bundling you with other shoppers based on a shared behavior, demographics, or inferred interests. Advertisers can then target these groups. Yes, you're getting discounts, but the number of parties involved who are assessing your shopper data grows exponentially, says Lou. Kroger's privacy policy does not disclose how many companies Kroger shares data with. So, you know, that's the thing about it. It's happening. If you want to read this entire article, you can go to our website. It is on our KUAW.org, and it's on our BFTAA.org. You click on the link, and you can pick up the whole article and read for yourself. And just know, you know, we need to be aware of things that are happening. So that's our little bit of security on the internet, or not just on the internet, just around. So when you think by staying off the internet that they're not getting your information, well, if you got a loyalty card and stuff, they're getting information about you that way also. So there's so many ways that we are now giving out data. Data is being collected, bundled, and sold, and that's, you know, one of the reasons that you're seeing these ads, or you get this offer, or you get this email about something, is because these companies buy information. They say, oh, well, everybody that does this, they may not know exactly, but we've got all their emails. Let's send out 100,000 emails, and we may get some few takers on what we have to offer. So your data is being sold just like the mailing lists in the old days were being done for sales. It's just being done on a much larger scale, much more business is involved in it. So I want to go and see if I can bring up my Facebook or YouTube video, and I will, if I can find the one that I posted with the kids and everybody else on there. We'll put that up so you can see what our youth are doing. I've got it on my phone. I guess I should have just downloaded the videos into my phone, and you would have it there. And it might still be something that I'll have to do, because there's no telling if this is if I'll be able to find it right quick. So I'm trying to hang on, bear with me, see if I can find the video, and then I'll see if I'm able to play it for you. Let's see, okay, we're in Black Family Technology. Let's go to videos. I see me on there right now. Okay, here it is. Now I gotta see if I can get it to you guys. You probably hear the music, but you're not seeing anything. So we'll have to, let's see if we can cut that off. All right, so now pull that in, and I'll have to see if I can get it to show up. Maybe, maybe not. But hey, that's one of the good things about the internet and what we can do right now is a lot of times we can bring in a lot more information and show it to you right now. So we try and use this technology the best way we can. Okay. Now, okay, let's see if we can bring up and you can see our young people as they do their first flights in the Lee Hawk Drone Academy that is being hosted by the Black Family Technology Awareness Association in the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, and their kids are meeting every Saturday to learn about drones, about flying drones, and then the entrepreneurship is how to make money in businesses using drones. So here we go. Let's see if it'll work. Okay, don't hear anything, but okay, so we got it up there, but there's no audio. Is there? There we go.
Line across. All right, we gotta watch it. My visual observer, are we moving? Are we good? Yeah. All right, you did a good job. All right, Basai, you ready? You gonna do it? Is this how your drone works? No. Okay. Nope. So we can try something new. So you hold on to it. We're gonna take off. All right, you can land. Good job. Can we do it again? Yes. Right. Yeah. Yes. I hit the land. No. Don't land. Good job. You hit the stop button. So when you hit the stop button, it keeps it from going. So just do the take off and land. Okay, so this time, slide to the right. All right, and land it. Good job. Now, if you change your mind, you're like, oh, I really didn't want to land it, you let it come on back. You know where it said stop? You can hit that stop button and it'll hover and it won't fall down. Okay, who's next? So you see how it kind of floated over? That's why we're not taking turns yet, because we don't know how it's going to float yet. We want to make sure you have good control over your controls. All right, you ready? Ready for takeoff? I don't. Just press the button. That's all you got to do. You can do it. Just press the button. That's it. Slide it over. That's it. All right, land. Good job. So what is the word for up and down? What word are we using? Ascend and descend. Ascend and descend. And what is the word we learned today for that movement? Is what? Start with the T. T-H. Throttle. Remember, throttle is up and down. Throttle is up and down. Now, you guys, I remember I told you that it was floating. So I need you all to be my visual observers. And if it's getting too close to the table, or too close to me, or too close to whoever our controller is, you have somebody to say the person's name and say, hey, you guys are getting too close. Let's move it away.
Can we practice?
Huh? All right. Michael, you ready? All right. I think you're probably ready to fly, huh? You said you've flown a drone before, but we're just going to do takeoff. So takeoff. Right across. So you're throttling up, and let's land it. Throttling down.
Why doesn't it go higher?
Because if we go higher, that means we're actually controlling, we're flying the drone. If it goes high, that means you have to be ready to turn it. You have to be ready to go back and forth, and we're not quite ready for that. But next week we're going to work on that. So I need everybody to be confident, because we're going to go side to side, and we're going to do some circles. Y'all ready for that? All right, come on, Lee. I'm gonna hold it. I just want you to press the button.
So yes. That's our young people as they're out flying, learning. That was the first time that a lot of them had ever flew a drone or had to take off. So we're so glad and so happy that we can help our young people learn and expand their knowledge and stuff. They'll be back here again Saturday. We'll be working with them and doing even more. So we're going to be bringing you more videos, and you can see as they develop, as they learn a little bit more, as they grow a little more. And then we'll also let you know if we decide how we can build this program or how we can, as they say, get more people involved. So if you know someone that flies a drone that maybe could help us out on Saturdays with more kids, we'd love for you to have them contact us. They can contact us at the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, BFTAA.org, or at KUAW Radio. And you can give us a call at 816-599-6893. So we're trying to build this up. We want to make sure that we do it in a way that is very beneficial to the kids and to families so that they learn and that they be able to fly safely. But this is a pilot program we're doing with a few kids, but we'd like to work with even more kids, but it takes more volunteers. We need more assistance to help us grow this program so that we can expand it, so that we can, build it up more and more. So be sure and get in touch with us. I want to thank you for joining the KUAW, BFTAA, and more show today. My name is Louis George Walker, and I'm glad to be with you. I'm here every Monday. Keep looking up in the sky. Keep learning about your technology, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, STEM. That's a growing field that is very important to not just only your family and to making a good living, but to this country and for our country to grow and to stay in the number one position. So let's get involved. Let's get our families involved. Let's live better through science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's all for the BFTAA and More show. We'll be back again next week from 5 to 5:45 right here, KUAW Radio. Thank you for joining. Tell a friend about us. We'll talk to you later.